Oof, boy. Hell of a case.
Well, it's the finale of the game.
Hey, look, you brought the bear back. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if I'm going to pass out soon because I actually haven't slept and I'm only 8. I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right. Pearl's sad.
We're just gonna get moving.
Pearl's also so sleepy. What the hell changed in here now? Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already.
I don't think we've ever seen them work most of a day before.
But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Kurita held about Mr. Ungard, and Ms. Andrews' real intentions. These are 2 things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Alright, what changed in here? Or what are we going to converse about in here? Oh, hi. Oh, bye. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you. All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. And just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? One gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgyboo, so... Edgeworth. And he said...
If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth.
You're welcome.
Pal you are.
Indeed.
This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know. It was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting.
Scandalous? What's that?
It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Ms. Andrews? But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Kurita. I'll let you in on another secret, young'un. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puff-eared photographer girl, the nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good. I didn't say anything. So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard.
That manager? Who are you talking about?
You don't know. That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you're talking about Ms. Celeste Impax, Ms. Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. That's Celeste's girl. She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Kurita? Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. 3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the... She's being helpful.
Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married.
Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. What?
But they were going to get married, right? They were promised to each other, right?
They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly cancelled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines.
But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager Celeste killed herself. How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
I don't think we have anything else to really do with her, so...
Hello.
On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Can we do anything else here? I don't know. I just want to come here again. It looks like no one is around.
What happened to that person with the stuffed teddy face?
Oh, she must mean that butler with the stitches in his face.
Oh shit, those were stitches?
Yeah, I guess.
Ugh. Shoo!
Meow.
Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, aren't you? Come on, let's play.
I wonder if that butler, Mr. Doe, is already asleep or not. Can't do anything else around here, so...
Break the door down.
I don't know anything about this place, though. You gotta keep that in mind.
Do it anyway. Do it because the people who control your body will you to. It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here.
Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all the electronics stores.
Then I'll make some salad for dinner.
Looks like Pearls really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us.
Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Where's the lettuce?
I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before.
Aw, guess I had to give up on making a salad then.
Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem.
No food for us.
Let us in anyway! Visiting hours ended a few hours ago. Looks like we're not going to get a chance to talk with Mr. Ungard tonight.
But isn't what we have to ask very important?
Yeah, but I don't think that matters to the guard. Well... Go here? I'm just going everywhere by this point, just until something happens.
It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. Wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Ungard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for Mr. Ungard's case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gonna hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go.
Eh?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick. I'm Canadian.
Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Alright, well now we can go back there.
Canadian way.
March 22nd, detention center, visitor's room. I'm sure they must have transferred Ms. Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Ungard and Ms. Andrews are in this detention center.
Is it bad that I
Now
hope
then.
one of them is in their pajamas?
Whose story do I want to hear?
Both.
Who do we want to talk to first?
Well, we haven't talked to Matt in a while.
Yeah, let's go with him, I guess.
Nope,
Hi.
no pajamas.
Dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so, too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me and said that Juan Carita was killed by an assassin, and that assassin's client is this man, Matt Ungard. What's wrong? Mr. Ungard, there is something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self.
Dude self.
About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as a nickel samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Ms. Andrews.
It looked like somehow Juan had his hand on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Could you please fill me in on what the secret is, please?
There it is.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
jeez. There
There
it is.
I knew this was coming.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me.
A psych lock. You said a secret, right? But you don't have any idea what it is, do you, dude? I'll ask about this first. Did you know about Mr. Kurita and Ms. Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life.
Ms. Andrews. She had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Kurita. Her mentor was Mr. Kurita's manager, and Ms. Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him.
Celeste.
Does that jog any memories?
God damn it.
Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what's the pizza? Is it like kind of pea? Like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay?
I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop.
That's too bad.
Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay?
Mr. Ungard, are you connected to Ms. Impact's suicide in some way?
Yeah, wait, dude.
I'm gonna try presenting stuff to him before I present the Magatama. Let's start with the profile here. Alright, it's this guy. But for some reason, I get the feeling we've met before.
He was the bellboy.
Mr. Ungard?
Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything.
What do you mean by that?
It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude.
Kill him.
I'm pretty sure that's his just, I don't know about this thing,
Kill him.
speech, basically. Alright, I'm gonna present the Magatama.
What about present the card?
Or card.
The card.
Oh. I'm kinda scared to show him this card.
What's wrong, dude?
Oh, so about this picture card. Have you ever seen this before?
Nope, never saw it before in my life, dude.
I don't think he's lying, or is he? Then again, he looked like he gasped just now. Maybe I'm seeing things? Alright, let's see what we need for this.
Ching, 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 ching.
Alright. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? And that squeaky toy totally ruined the tense atmosphere, man.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. He is like half his toys squeak.
Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap.
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night.
We got nothing.
I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to play the camera,
Yeah.
like not the one I currently have, but
The tiny one, which we don't have.
yep, that's great.
Phoenix right away. Bye. So now what? We had to leave and come back and then talk to.
Adrian, I'm gonna see if that works. Now then, whose story do I want to hear?
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was Matt.
I'm sure Ms. Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurita had on Mr. Ongard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ongard, if you don't mind.
Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ongard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival?
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
About Miss Celeste Impacts.
I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it.
You wanted to burn it? But why?
I didn't want it to spread just like any other piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid.
A suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard?
That's simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right?
Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now?
Oh. Okay, that's much less intimidating.
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
Well, fuck you two.
But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. Alright, let's see what I need for this one. This is very weak, so... It's the diary lock. Could you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you're saying that I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything that I want to take revenge for.
Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on another person. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge.
Celeste.
There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Ms. Inpax's suicide.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt?
You're right. You haven't mentioned him, yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Ms. Inpax and her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
Oh my god, people.
I don't think we have that.
For fuck's sake, people, you are unbearable! Alright, I'm gonna go through the present everything to her, except the Megatom, obviously.
Diary lock, bitch. Maybe there's someone in What's-His-Face's room again?
Hi, Pearl.
It's me! I'm in here!
So the real person who killed Mr. Kurita was...
That assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right?
And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. If that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client?
You mean, who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer.
Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then... No, it can't be.
Matt Ungard himself. Did we have to do this all along?
If Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin, then
He is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime.
But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked to him...
Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Kurita?
Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes one Kurita, okay?
I didn't see any psych locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting.
So what was this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Mr. Ungard's secret? What is this secret?
I don't know yet, but for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Kurita was going to reveal the secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Kurita silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now. Well, that helped. Well, maybe something will change when we go there on a note.
Hopefully. To the detention center again.
Oh, wait, something changed here. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Oh, it's him. Mr. Powers.
What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers?
I was talking with a detective a little while ago, and I was on my way home, when all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here.
Oh.
They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I could see how they thought you looked suspicious.
I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important. What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick! Mystic Maya and myself were your only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? That's you.
Sorry.
This is going to do a lot of damage
What the juice?
to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable! That just screws over my shipping charts.
Ow, sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him.
His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews.
Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? That's you.
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image? But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Ms. Impacts?
We heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
I heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that some bad news was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Kurita?
Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I may have been caught by an insidious man.
An insidious man? Did she be Mr. Kurita by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ungard and Ms. Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. My phone is ringing.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it?
What are you doing in the background?
Sorry, I was calling Specs back in from outside.
Okay.
I was muting myself when I was doing it.
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous.
Yeah, I know.
Beep. Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon.
What's wrong?
So something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth,
Edgeworth?
Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end.
Hello? He got cut off.
Well, what's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
So then we should hurry back.
Scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news.
Somehow, I doubt that.
Look at my loud-ass yellow tuxedo and know that the world will be alright.
Whoosh! Boom, boom.